Hello, this is Jessica Roberts, and this is how my copyright lesson follows the Assure model. Okay, so the assignment overview, it's for 11th and 12th graders. Students are instructed to choose a topic and find five resources that provide information about the topic that could be used for an informational presentation. And this is assuming the presentation does not fall under fair use guidelines. So for the assignment, they will provide 5 total resources with 1 slide for each resource. And then they must include at least 1 copyrighted source and 1 public domain source. In each slide, they need to describe the work and provide the link where it can be found. They need to list its copyright status, whether it falls under copyright laws or not, and they need to describe what would need to be done in order to use it. So, do they need permission? Would they need to cite it or give creators credit? So, A is for analyze learners. The analyzing learners is broken up into 3 different topics. So the first one is general characteristics. These are 11th and 12th graders. Some students have learning disabilities, and there are also some students with advanced knowledge and skills in the area. Got to make sure both. Specific entry competencies. The students should be able to utilize the internet. They should be able to create Google Slides, and they should be able to input links, videos, pictures, and text on Google Slides. So before they do this project. And then the learning differences and needs. Students that require more support can either work in groups or have a reduced number of entries instead of 5, maybe 4 or 3. More advanced students can work independently, and you can also give them a larger number of entries. And then students like to have choices of what type of media they interact with. So students can use pictures, videos, text, or websites as sources to use for the assignment. And also because students like choices, they get to choose the topic for their assignment. Now the first S stands for state standards and objectives. So I got 2 standards here. I have some Texas TEKS standard and then an AASL learner standard. So the TEKS would be that students should be able to understand copyright principles, including current laws, fair use guidelines, Creative Commons, open source, and public domain. And then the AASL standard is 6B1 and 2, ethically using and reproducing other work, and acknowledging authorship and demonstrating respect for the intellectual property of others. The overall lesson objective is that the student will construct a 5-slide presentation with 1 source per slide to identify the copyright status and proper use of the sources. The second S stands for selecting strategies and resources. So the strategies used in this lesson are both teacher-centered in that there is a teacher PowerPoint that is being presented to the students, and then also student-centered strategies when they work to create their PowerPoint. Choices are also provided as a way for students to have control and autonomy of their work. Now for resources, the resources that are used are PowerPoint and Google Slides. Both have qualities that align with the selection rubric criteria, such as alignment with standards, and that the assignment has a level of interest and engagement, and it has an ease of use. The materials used in this lesson is a teacher-created PowerPoint and a rubric, and computers also. So U stands for utilize resources. This comes with about 5 different sub things in this part of the Assure model. So I'll just go through them. The first one is preview resources. Resources mentioned in PowerPoint were previewed before suggested to students to use. Google Slides app was also previewed for student use to make sure that the assignment was able to be done on that app. For preparing resources, PowerPoint was created to collect and present information regarding copyright. Preparing environment, the lesson will take place in a computer lab, so each student will need a school Google account for their assignment. So that needs to be done prior to. And then preparing learners, students are given a lecture regarding copyright information, and then students will then receive the assignment instructions and rubric before they actively do the assignment. And then provide learning experience. Students are guided through their search for sources as they're working, and the teacher will monitor student work. R stands for require learner participation. So student practice activities are that students will create a Google Slides presentation showcasing their knowledge on copyright usage. And feedback is the teacher will then grade each project and provide comments for each section using the rubric. Students will then receive that rubric and comments back from the teacher. And then for evaluate and revise, so for evaluation, students, again, they will be receiving this marked up rubric back after the assignment is done, but this allows the teacher to evaluate whether the students learned about copyright laws and usages. Then for revision, what can be done is a small questionnaire could be given to the students asking how they liked using Google Slides or if they wanted to do something different. Also asking about the quality of the lesson itself, things that they liked and didn't like about it. And that is the end of this presentation. Thank you.